Yeah.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah.
You guys
Dan
are
is fine.
live.
Yay! Well, good evening, everybody. We're back. Welcome to the Big Daddy Show. And I want to thank all of my wonderful, wonderful sponsors. Everything that they've done for me. And John Young, thank you. Dan Carpenter, thank you. But tonight's guests from Connecticut, two amazingly wonderful friends of mine and powerhouses in this business. From Jock in the Box Entertainment, Mr. Todd Powers and his amazing son, Cam. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Was there a pun involved there with the powerhouse?
Well, what can I tell you? You know, I'm trying. Yeah.
You're a smart guy. Smart guy.
See, I got way up here. So, gentlemen, you've seen the show, and I am absolutely so honored to have you guys on here. What I love watching is the camaraderie, the family that I see, and I watched how it's grown since Cam. You know, Todd, we've been friends forever and ever and ever. And then Cam came in, and watching that from what Cam was doing to what he's doing now, it's just absolutely amazing. So, guys, Todd, you might as well start this bad boy. How did you get started in the business?
Yeah, I'll tell you my side. 1992, I was a, you may not know this, Big Daddy, I was a fashion merchandising major. He's laughing at me. And so did my Marine father. And so, yeah, I was working retail. A friend that was having a party. And of course, we always say, I'll DJ your party. That's how we all get started. I DJed the party. 3 people asked me for business cards. And I'm like, oh, you need a suit? Because I was working at G Fox. I thought they wanted a suit from a retail store. And they're like, no, you're the best DJ we've ever seen. I'm like, what? I've never done this before. I go to the library. I get a book, Spinning 2000, which I know Robert Lindquist, I think you remember. Read it cover to cover. I don't read books. I read the cover to cover. I'm like, this is what I want to do. Well, here's the issue. I'm engaged to be married. We're building a house. And I decide I'm going to quit my job and open a DJ business. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to ask my wife, Karen, this. And she's going to be like, are you insane? And I ask her that. And she says, oh my gosh, I think that's a great idea. And whatever you do, you're going to be great at. And I'm like, wait, what? You're saying yes to this? I knew 2 things right there. I'm going to have a great life because this is going to be the greatest business ever to be in. Number 2, I'm marrying the right girl because, you know, gosh, who says yes to something like that? And
you
so
married up. You married up.
I definitely married up. No doubt about that. So here we are 32 years later. And I still to this day love every single job that we do. I mean, it's a passion.
Cam, you were in college, you were playing basketball, you were doing this, what made you decide to come to the dark side?
Well, I mean, Jock in the Box is older than me. So my whole life, I've been around DJing. I had a system in my room when I was 8 years old. So I knew how to DJ. But then one of my friends from college reached out to me and said, hey, I'm getting married. We're just having a small wedding. Do you think you could DJ it? And I was like, I've never done a wedding before, but yeah, I'll do it for you. And then I played like some song or did some transition or something, and the crowd like freaked out. And I got this feeling, this goosebumps like all throughout my body. I got like a little bit emotional, and I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my calling. And I texted him right after that and was like, I got emotional. Like, this is what I want to do.
So I was like, are you on your period? Like, what's going to get emotional? Say that? I don't know if I can say that.
Bleep that out.
Yeah, bleep that out. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, Dad, I got that feeling. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got it. You get it, man. And he said he used to just only get that in sports.
Yeah.
But he can get that little, I don't want to say drug because it's not a drug, it's that rush.
Sean,
you know,
the adrenaline rush. The adrenaline rush that you get every time you go out, that adrenaline rush is what you want to feel. Exactly. So we're again back and forth.
Yeah.
Because Cam, you're new to the business, sort of. This end of the business, what you guys are doing now. What drives you? What is your passion for what you guys are doing? Because you're not just DJing, you guys are doing AV and everything else too. What drives you?
I mean, I'll start with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, I really want to give back, and not just, to him and our company. Like, I want to give back to the industry. We were talking about a little bit earlier, like, um, the future looks bright. There's so many young stars coming up, and this is going to be one of them right here. And he's probably going to blush about that, but I'm super proud of what our future looks like as an industry, and I want to help that in any way I can. And things like this, you know, what Dan does, and the rest of the group, and things like Midwest DJs. It's a nonprofit thing. I want to help people, and I don't need to be compensated for that. I want to just make sure the next generation is good, and I really feel good about that. This guy's going to be a rock star, and I'm not saying it because he's my kid. He works hard, man, and that's what it's about. So,
And to just go off of that, like everyone, obviously you guys have been friends for forever, but everyone has embraced me and been so nice to me throughout, my transition going into this fully. So to, make sure that I'm like that when I'm older to the younger guys, to be kind, to have a helpful hand, and be there for everyone. And then also, this is a family company, so to be able, what drives me is to keep this company, alive and keep going. um it's like another sibling to me, since it's been around my whole life. 32 years. My sister is 29, I'm 26, so this is our big brother. And my drive is to keep this going and to take it to the next level and be one of the good guys in the industry.
and that's just great. It happened organically. He wasn't. He went to school for marketing, and he had a marketing job in Boston. And next thing you know, he's coming in, and it didn't. I didn't say, "Oh, come on into our business." He did it by himself, and that's what's so great. It just happened on its own.
So I love that. I love that. It's the organic thing. Todd, we're going to go a little personal. I know there's a bunch of people that know who you are out there, but tell them a little bit about your story that we know, from health to now.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you were gonna ask me three things, that I can pass on. Number one is health. Health over everything. Big Daddy knows. I had a scare with my heart. I won't go into big details. You want to see it? Look up on our website, jockandbox.com. You can see our documentary. But I shouldn't be here. I should have passed about 15 years ago, and I'm lucky to have a second chance. So there's nothing more important than health. I can't tell you that. We care about all of our numbers with business and everything else, but if you're not healthy, none of that is going to work. Like, if you think working out costs a lot to have a workout regimen and to buy equipment and stuff like that, well, spend time in the hospital sometime. You'll see how much that costs. Health is wealth, basically. I consider myself a millionaire because of I got a second chance, and I have an amazing family, and I'm not here to brag about that. I've earned it. I luckily got healthy enough so I can pass this on and tell my story with other people, and I can get into more detail if you want me to. But I basically had a stent put in, and I was 90% clogged, and I basically shouldn't be here. So I got a second chance on life, and I want to spread the word. Like, just do something. Do one thing per day to help yourself to be healthier. If you can't walk a mile, walk a half mile. If you can only do, if you can't do 10 push-ups, do 5. Chip away just a little every day. I promise you, you're going to feel a lot better. What's that, Sean?
Get the heart rate up just a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Just a little bit.
Any
For
way
me,
you can.
Any way you can. Listen, I'm 195 years old. I'm still working out 2 to 3 days a week. Actually, I'm working out 7 days a week. I do DDP yoga in the morning. I do my stretches. I do my yogas, my crunches, my squats, the whole 9 yards. And this morning we did it's a little bit of something every single day.
Yep.
And Cam, what we've already got one, health. Give me one of yours. Give me a takeaway or a lesson that one of my younger folks that happen to be listening would like.
I think the biggest takeaway that I've noticed is just how awesome this job is. We get to play music for people, and sometimes, you get a bridezilla and you're like, this sucks. Like, this is terrible. But in the grand scheme of things, like, you get to play music for people, and music is something that everyone likes. If you ask someone, do you like music? Almost 100% of the people are saying, I like music or I love music. And that's not the case in a lot of industries. No one likes the same foods, no one likes the same movies, but everyone likes or loves music. So to me, it's just, don't take it for granted. This is one of the best jobs that you could have, and enjoy it. Enjoy the whole process of everything. And yeah, I'd say that's my takeaway. Don't take it for granted and enjoy it.
This has been a couple times I'll ask him about his old job. Would you rather go back to that or this? And there's never been one time where he's like, I'm glad where I am right now.
Yeah.
Now, there's one more, because you guys aren't just a DJ company. You're AV and everything else. What takeaway can you give folks going from just not just a DJ, but a DJ company to a full production DJ company?
Yeah. Well, that's
what can you give to them?
We have Powerhouse Productions now, which
yes,
you said Powerhouse, and I thought you were going there. That actually was my dad's catering business. My dad owned a catering business when I was young. As an 8-year-old, I was rolling meatballs and helping my dad out, to cater weddings and stuff like that. And he wanted to hand it over to me, and I was like, that's just not my thing, but thank you. And so I didn't do it. Anyhow, we're carrying on the name with Powerhouse Productions. So we just jumped into it. And if we can give any advice, if I can give any advice, kind of just say yes.
Yeah.
and network with your friends. If we have an issue, I have tons of people that I can call and say, hey, they want this. How can you help me out? You kind of work your way into the business by doing that. Just like you say yes to a wedding and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to end up doing this? I don't know this type of music, so forth and so on. You call your friends. And so don't say no to anything. You'll figure it out. Get a network of people. I always say, find your tribe, find your people. Like I was lucky enough to find people that, Sean, a lot of the friends that we share are like,
absolutely,
like you always say, family. You know what I mean? I could reach out. If anything had ever happened to me, they would take care of, help out with our business in the future. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, I would say don't be afraid to jump into it. We do AD work on a regular basis. We know how to run microphones. We do it all the time.
Right.
We do video with our DJing also. So we know how to run video. We do it all the time. So I'm like, why am I not doing this? Like, we really can provide a great service people. And we've gotten a lot of compliments from people in the AV world that we've worked for. Like, you guys are so nice. And we're just like, it's not hard to be nice. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that people in the AV aren't nice, but I guess apparently we're nicer than the average Joe because they're really complimenting on us. So that's, treat people like you would want to be treated. I think that's just the basic premise when it comes to.
Now you have it's two separate. There's Jock in the Box and there's Powerhouse Productions. Two correct. Separate websites, two separate everything, correct? Two separate entities.
Two separate Instagrams working on the website.
Uh-oh. I saw the Chicago Cub. I see the Chicago Cub hat going like this. Okay, I guess that's my turn. But that's what you know what? You said it best, and we can go back to this till the cows come home. Don't bash the people around you, because you never know when you're going to need them or ask them for a favor. Guys, we got Johnny Roz. We've got so many different people in Connecticut, in the Boston area, everywhere. And now that we're all linked together because of TT, around the nation. Yeah. And they're willing to help. As we say, our only competition is ourselves. We want to be the best we can be each and every single day. And if somebody succeeds, all the better. If I can help you guys as you guys have helped me, what a great world.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be.
And one of the things I said on my itinerary, recap main point. The main point is we're all in this together. We all have a main objective. We all do. And as a family, with what your daughter's also doing, which is in connecting with the other two companies you guys have. Explain that one too, Todd and Cam. Explain what your daughter does.
Yeah, I'll explain. So, my sister Kaylee, her company's called Marikai & Co., and she does event styling. So, she makes all the invitations, save the dates, signs, and all that for your wedding, all the stuff that goes on the table. And it'll all be the same font, all will look cohesive, same color, so you don't have to go to Etsy to get one thing, Amazon to get another thing. It's a one-stop shop for that. So, every meeting that we have with brides and grooms, we also are saying, hey, if you need someone to do your invitations or do your save the dates, we have someone for you. So it's a family business.
She found that because of her wedding. She got married a year ago and she couldn't find a place to have one cohesive thing. So, she solved her own problem by creating this business, which I think is pretty great. Yeah, I'm super proud of her. She's a superstar.
And the clean version of that is crap. You
Yeah, well, we were trying to come up with a name. Her name is great. Marikai, Greek word, which means, having the love and putting your love into whatever it is you do for work. But we were coming up with names and like, well, she's going to do all the crap I don't want to do for a wedding. And that I don't think that name would have stuck very well, but
a little bit too long, but it's okay. We all get the point.
Exactly.
But, we go back to everything that we've just talked about, and it's amazing. And Todd, you said it best. We live 35 to 40 minutes away from each other. We spend more time together at conventions because life gets in the way. Life gets in the way. Don't ever forget what you have in front of you. And I'm not just talking about these two gentlemen with Karen and your sister and everything else like that. That's everybody. Remember what you have in front of you. The world is your oyster. Make it the best oyster you've ever had in your life. I preach all the time about that stuff, and we talk at length about this stuff all the time. Now I'm going to go off topic. You and Karen went to Sphere. You saw U2. Tell us about it, baby.
Man, in my senior years here, Big Daddy, Karen and I have become more about experiences than stuff. Like, I don't drive a big expensive car. I do own some Jordans, so that Air Jordans, but that's a different story. But we want to have experiences. We went to Costa Rica recently, and so we were going to Vegas, and I'm like, U2 is going to be in the Sphere, and it's a lot of money, but man, we got to experience this, and we did. Because I don't know if you've ever seen U2, but U2 is it's a spiritual event. I think we've seen them 13, 14 times, and it's just like it's not a religious thing, but people say that it's what church should be. It's a spiritual event that makes you think, and man, it just was. We got to go with Adam Conway, who was a friend of ours, and Mike was there with Kelly, and just. Man, it was just a night. It was just a night. The next day, Adam's like, "Oh my God, what happened last night?" It wasn't just what was around it. It's a feeling, and so that's relatable to what we do. We create feelings for people. I love seeing a guy like Bono and just his stage presence. And you can just feel him. It sounds weird, but he'll never make a fist on stage because he's all about peace. He doesn't want to ever be threatening to anyone. Just little things like that. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it was just a great night. It was just a great night. So
see, that's another thing. The experiences, like you guys got, and you spent it with some amazing people. That's things that that's more important than having, whatever. But the experiences you guys can share for years and years and years, and going down to Marcello and Dr. Jill's place, what you guys got to experience down there and everything else. And Cam, you're just beginning to start to, and my friends out there, this kid, I fell in love with this kid from the day I met him. He has been like a third son or whatever to me since I met him. And you want to talk about future? Boom, 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 right there. Okay. So we got to close this up. We got the 3 lessons, we got the takeaways. How can they get a hold of you?
I'll let my media specialist take care of that.
Amen.
So you could follow us on Instagram at Jock in the Box Entertainment. He also has an Instagram, DJ Todd Powers. I have my Instagram. It's just Cam Powers, but you could also search DJ Cam Powers. Facebook, Jock in the Box Entertainment. Website jockinthebox.com.
And if you want to hear our
Powerhouse.
story, yeah, Powerhouse Productions, soon to be, but we have
That's on
Powerhouse
our website,
Productions
yeah.
on Instagram. But
Yeah.
check out our documentary if you get a chance sometime. It's on our website. It tells our whole story. It was super fun to put together, and it's a cool story.
It's and just to go back, right here, folks, what you're seeing is a family business like nobody else's business. It's just amazing to see, the other folks that they have working for them and everything else, but this is family right here. And it was all started because Karen said yes. Am I right?
It's 100%.
Am I right? Am I right?
We are not about Karen, man. I'm telling you right now.
She's the real boss.
And I got a little announcement. I don't think this has ever been done before. We're gonna DJ together at Midwest. We just got the go ahead on that. So a boomer and a zoomer. We're 30 years apart. I'm 56, he's 26, and we're gonna spin 2 different generations and mix up all kinds of stuff. I'm inspired by this guy, and it's weird to hear someone say that about a 26-year-old. But this guy, guess what we're gonna do right after this? We're gonna go practice scratching. That's the one thing I don't have in my tool belt is scratching. So what do we do every night? We go in and we practice scratching, man. And so it's fun. He pushes me, and I love that.
Now, are you guys going to be on stage DJs?
Yeah.
Like it.
Midwest.
One day or all 3? Or all 2?
Just for a half hour. No, just for a half hour. Just for a half hour to perform. We got lots of good stuff we're gonna.
Well, my friends, guess who's gonna? Then I got to find out. I got to get there. I'm slamming busy.
Yes.
Now I've got it. Now I got it. Now you gave me even a bigger reason to go. Not you, Todd. The heck with you. I got to see my Cam. I got to see my Cam. I said, hello. Come on. I'd be the proud grandfather up in the front going. But my friends out there, again, Todd and Cam, thank you. I am honored to call you family. Please know that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And be on the lookout. For those of you that haven't gotten your tickets yet to Midwest DJ Live, get your tickets now, because you get to see the boomer. I like that. The boomer and the zoomer. I like that.
Oh, come on. I'm a Gen X, by the way.
And everything else. Thank you guys again. And real quick,
Thank you.
My guest next week will be Mr. George Lopez from J&M Entertainment in Los Angeles, California.
Love George Lopez.
And now you want to talk about inspirational? Hello. And real quick about that, he and I went through cancer together in 2012 into 2013. He and I went through cancer together. And but this is another family. That his wife and their son and everything else like that. That's what it's all about, folks. But next week, George Lopez, and on the 26th, I have the inimitable, the one and only Joe Zahn. Thank you guys very much, Dan Carpenter. Thank you, Todd and Cam. I love you. Give Karen a hug for me.
Thank you,
See you guys soon.
Love you.